in the top lane with Keen on the Jax. Canyon and him, that combo is incredibly powerful. Braum has been so successful at actually shutting down the hard engage that I think T1 is kind of trying to draft for. So I do have to favor what Gen.G has.
With their push in mid, with their push in bot, going after the Drake, T1's jungler up in the top side, shadowing here, making sure that there's no opportunity for Keen to try to dive Doran. 52-35 in farm. Doran will be able to equalize some of that, but because Owner was drawn up to the top side to protect Doran, that means Canyon secures the first Drake for free for Gen.G.
So low for the young player joining Gen.G, but he has risen to incredible heights as the grubs start off.
The grubs once again could be the battlefield. Gen.G trying to make sure they're around here for maybe a smite. Carry with a hex flash over the wall, tries to go in for a little bit, but Unbreakable Will already required. Gen.G backing away for a moment. If Alistar's ulti falls, it's very difficult for him to continue participating in the fight. Chovy and Faker off to the side as Gen.G will move in. They will take control over the pit. They will secure the third grub. A 2-to-1 grub count favoring Gen.G. They'll still with control over the objective. Owner ready to challenge. Gen.G still trying to maintain control here. Gumayusi off to the side. Can open up with a curtain call if he needs. Deadly Flourish not going to find a target. Weaver's Wall looking to block him away. Beautiful engage coming out there from Faker. Shockwave. The Ocean Drake goes over to Gen.G, but they've already lost a man. Support for support as Ruler's knocked down next. T1 with a 2-for-1.
Positioning, no TP available. I don't think that Gen.G can contest.
Exactly. Chovy's teleport still a few seconds critically off of that cooldown. Weaver's Wall came up, but it can't reach from all the way down in the bottom lane. So T1 with the timing, with the control, will seize the neutral objective.
But notice Gen.G is pushing on this bottom side. They're looking for first tower there, and they're just going to try to rush this down because they know if Herald is summoned, they'll likely lose a tower of their own, but they don't have another minion wave here, and T1 is going to try to rush for it. Both teams really trying to defend this hard.
T1, they've got the positioning over the wall with Carry as well. Duro wanted a TP in, but the first turret already goes the way of T1, and the third kill will do the same. The Herald's ready to charge, and T1 is mowing them over. The turret, the kill, and the tier 2 to follow. It might have been a turret and bot for Gen.G, but T1 take everything in mid lane.
A misstep from Duro as he tries to defend the mid tier 1. If he can just slow T1 down, there's an opportunity, but now Chovy's making a play of his own.
Chovy wants to get something back here in the top side. Weaver's Wall fires out. Remember, there's no flash for the Gwen to try to get away. The unraveled Earth flies out, and Doran goes down. Chovy gets his kill.
Yeah, we're able to get the push out on bot. Faker has now regrouped with his team. Watch out for the Jarvan Orianna combo.
Okay, immediately, teleport gonna come in from Doran as Gen.G have the dragon down to half HP. Carry and Owner looking to walk up, maybe make their entry into the fight as Chovy already has to flash defensively to try to get away from Doran. Now the dragon down to 2,000, Carry is in the middle. It's stolen by Owner. T1 trying to make their entry into the fight now as Keen's already at half HP. T1 backing away. Owner gets the job done. T1 happy with it.
Really wanted to contest the red buff, but Gen.G responds so aggressively.
However, ready to teleport in, and it's another fight, this time for the Otacon. Gen.G putting some damage into it, but it's not
Doran
particularly
has no TP.
dying quick. There's no TP for the Gwen. T1 have to try and do something to stop this. Buy a little bit of time for Doran to arrive. Curtain call opens, but Duro's unbreakable. Chovy zoning everybody away here with the unraveled Earth. Owner wants to make his entry, but the Otacon is secured by Canyon. Gen.G have the objective, but what about the fight right after? Owner goes in, Chovy gets out, Owner goes down, Ruler goes off. Keen looking to zone Faker over the back as Doran makes his way into the fight, but he can't snip anybody out. Now he's shot by Ruler, and it's a double kill for the man with the double guns. Faker with a beautiful shockwave to turn the fight at the end, but it's still a 2-for-1 favoring Gen.G. T1 want a little more. Ruler and Duro trying to escape as Carry and Gumayusi are in hot pursuit. Ruler trying to vamp off the minions. Carrier wants to catch him. Gumayusi's low. Ruler looking to turn around, but he doesn't have the health. Gumayusi lives. Double kill. Faker.
What a crazy fight! The decision-making from Gen.G was fantastic. They knew that so many summoner spells were used in the previous exchange. Doran doing a good job of pushing out that bottom wave as well. And the tower will fall. A bit of extra gold secured by T1, 4 towers to 2.
And it looks like Owner and the rest of T1 are now ready to walk over Gen.G. They used too many resources. Canyon got chunked, but they still might think about it. Doran's gonna run interference. The Dragon is already claimed. Keen wants to go in, and Chovy's firing off the Weaver's wall, but Keen's already all alone, exhausted in the middle of 5. Keen just dies. Gen.G are completely confuddled, and T1 are happy to teach him a lesson. Gumayushi with another kill.
Collected, punish Gen.G, shut them down, and will easily secure a Baron.
It's Keen getting a little bit nervous there, a little bit antsy, forcing the play early. Did not seem synced up with his team. Chovy was on a solo mission on the side. It's going to be very difficult for Gen.G to defend. Faker pushes out mid, and now he's going to go top to try to answer. Keen should be able to knock down this tower, and that is a lot of gold in his pockets here, but T1 going to answer with one of their own.
Yeah, Keen doing a good job making sure that he can at least get something back in even trade versus this Baron.
Very powerful ones. Has the Infinity Edge finished. So pressure on Ruler to get the damage done here. Chovy now just finished his rally, so he's on 3 items. Gen.G not out of this just yet, but it will have to be a great fight.
Beautiful seismic shove from Chovy. Faker buys a little bit of time here with the stasis, and he ain't dead yet. Gen.G looking for a little more as the Glacial Prison doesn't get a lot of value. Over the wall, Doran has to jump back away as Keen wants another stun, this time on the Gumayushi. Owner re-entering back into the fight as Chovy is trapped inside the Cataclysm. Owner goes back over the wall with a nice EQ combo. Faker down very low. Canyon needs a little bit more damage as Ruler takes out Carrier. T1 on the run. Gen.G with the defense. This is about 1/3 HP. The Drake has been aggroed, pulled, but it's too far down. The patience will be lost, and it resets back towards its home before it can be taken low enough for a smite fight.
Doran's going to TP back. He just went back to base here. He already had the Seekers. He's ready to go pick up some wards.
Okay, Dragon at half HP. Gen.G still looking to burn this one down. Weaver's wall's already been fired. It's slated, secured by Gen.G. Canyon here in the front line, but he's not dead yet. Finally going to be cut to pieces. Gumayushi grab the killing spree. Gen.G defensive positioning as finally the Jax makes his way in. Owner trying to escape back out as Ruler is under pressure off to the right. Keen in the middle of everybody trying to do the damage, but it does not work. T1 have already won the fight, and they want even more. Gen.G running into the wrong side of the jungle, and T1 hunt them down. Chovy sidesteps a deadly flourish as Ruler and Duro try to fight back, but Carrier runs him over. Gumayushi's on a rampage. Gen.G are aced.
The coordination is simply better for T1.
All of these T1 members, Chovy's able to get a great seismic shove to actually slow down the chase, but you just know they're on the wrong side of the map, and T1 back to live. We gotta go because they're on Baron.
The Baron is claimed by T1. Chovy's ready to join up with the rest of Gen.G. T1 not slowing down, ready for the next minion wave to crash, while Doran enchants the wave over in mid at the same time. Canyon throws out a Glacial Prison, but there's no follow-up. Immediately, T1 fires back, and Gen.G have lost their main engage. Owner puts Chovy in the Cataclysm, but he has to get back away. Canyon's about to die. Faker needs a little bit more damage that he will not find, but it just makes space. T1 now firing onto 2 inhibitors at the same time, and bottom and mid lanes will now surge with super minions as the Nexus turrets are under fire. Ruler's calling, very little efficacy as that first Nexus turret is about to drop to the enchanted cannon minions. Gen.G scrambling for the defense as T1 continue the push. A ton of damage onto Duro, and Gen.G are not holding. The Nexus is open. Canyon's in the middle of everybody, but he's already down. Gen.G are no match for the T1 team fighting. Keen goes golden, but it's all too late. Another double for Guma. Faker is godlike, and T1 take game 1.
This comp for Gen.G is absolute comfort.
I was really hoping we'd have a little bit more time to talk about the potential Camille, because we were just kind of fishing about it, looking at the potential picks that Doran could go for Azale, and then just like that, he slams it towards the river. Gen.G starting off the Dragon.
Yeah, Duro TP down, Carrier did as well, so both those supports getting down there. Duro just trying to cover, make sure the Canyon cannot be contested, and he cannot. And I've got to point out,
until the grubs spawn, you have to imagine that Gen.G will look for it.
Immediately, though, engage coming out from Keen down here on the bottom side. Remember, the Gumayushi has no flash. Keen just going in, beats him over the head with the hammer.
At least one plate has already fallen. Owner, though, trying to answer on that top side. Carrier's behind them.
Yeah, Carrier wants to make his angle into the fight, and there's the heroic entrance. The Wukong Galio combo deletes Ruler immediately, and the second cast of the Cyclone mows Duro down. T1 respond with style.
They see Keen solo kill on the bot side, not to be outdone. Guma could be in trouble.
Yeah, a lot of danger there. The Dawning Shadow doesn't hit him, so critically not low enough towards that 0 HP mark as Canyon forces Owner back out of the grub pit. It's still 2 grubs over the side of T1 though. Doran ready to go in, wants to chase after Canyon. Faker and Owner dealing with Duro off to the side as another Nimbus strikes, ready to set it up with a Justice Punch, knocking him up into the air, and Owner ready to knock him right back down. Feet of Warfare, 3 kills. T1 to initiate onto Ruler back when this first started, what feels like a minute and a half ago, and set up that play for the T1 Wombo combo. It earns them that Feet of Warfare. Now, Keen set to be a big brick wall for Gen.G.
T1 on the cross map though. They will equalize the Dragons. Chovy wisely tries to push out that bot wave before Faker can respond, so he's going to be safe on the weak side. Going to start moving through his bot side jungle as Canyon even steals away the Raptors. So
now trying to deal with Keen's Scion that has stacked mostly armor as Keria and Gumayusi are going in. Ruler under a little bit of pressure, but he roots up Guma. Fires back with a little bit of damage as Gumayusi continues trying to escape. Has to flash. Doran's made his way into the back line. He wants to go after Canyon. Owner engages here with the Cyclone. Followed up with a Hextech ultimatum with the Dawning Shadows ready to back him up. Canyon staying alive, but T1 gets the kill and Gumayusi gets paid.
a close exchange, but it's T1 that get themselves the kill onto Canyon. Guma was forced to flash very early because of his positioning. Oh, a bit of danger for Doran.
Doran, rune prisoned up immediately, flash over the wall from Duro for the dredge line. Doran down means Gen.G up.
Yeah, this is going to be so big. I mean, not only do you deny the objective from T1, but it almost guarantees you the first tower as well. You can see that top lane tower is already a little bit low. So is the bot lane one. Keen has had the push non-stop. And as a result, this could mean feats of strength go the way of Gen.G. We'll see if they can actually claim it. They would need first tower plus 1 additional objective.
Belongs to T1 already. They started up the Drake. They pulled it out. Owner taking care of that one alongside Gumayusi as Doran's just going to get dove on. It's Canyon ready to start it. Chovy ready to finish it. Takes control over the river. T1 is forced to retreat, and the objective will go to Gen.G.
T1 win a fight in mid lane, but Gen.G find a pick onto Doran. Bot side of the map, T1 have priority over the Dragon, but Gen.G find a pick onto Doran. Their game plan is very much to punish this Camille at every opportunity, and it is working.
On the back foot, Gen.G going to be able to take this tower, you have to think, no problem. They don't even have to use the Herald to do it. And that is fantastic. That is going to be the feats of strength there for Gen.G, so they get the upgraded boots. They have the side lane advantage here for Chovy. And
as Keen will face check into a brush, I don't think he's ever really worried about doing that. We'll see, though, if T1 can punish. They try to unload onto the tank. Keen ready to flash away as Ruler's trying to back him up here with the Dawning Shadow. Tons of damage onto the Scion. Duro makes his entry into the fight. Keen's going to die, but now his dead body's ready to go. T1 try to disengage. Gen.G looking to fire back, but they won't find.
Here comes Duro.
Ruler's got the first kill into Owner as Faker tries to get away, but the Justice Punch will find no escape. A double kill to Chovy's rise. We're already back to live, and the Otacon's halfway dead. T1 want to try to contest this as Gen.G have control of the area for now. They full send it. They want to go in after Doran, but they can't find enough damage to kill him here at the very start. T1 with a counter punch, but nothing just yet. Duro the first to die. Owner's got to try to get himself back away, but Faker's already down. Owner will follow. Gen.G 2 for 1, and they don't want to stop just yet. Chovy sends himself to his own death. And Gumayusi into the back, looks for Ruler. He finds him. T1 turning it around. Keen, the last man standing on Gen.G, and he wants even more. The shield ready to proc. Gumayusi ready to drop, and it's a bloodbath in top lane.
Alongside Chovy, with the carries unthreatened here from Gen.G, I was thinking this was going to be a slow fight, but it was going to be theirs.
And carries Poppy, knocking Keen out of the very start of the fight.
Pretty different.
And the biggest takeaway from this fight is Keen is the raid boss in this game.
Yes.
T1 will need to find a way to get through him. And you can see the Corki damage. I want to guesstimate that about half of that went into Keen.
Yeah, he did about as much damage as the 2 highest on Gen.G put together. Duro looking to go in here with the dredge line. There's no follow-up damage from Gen.G just yet. Faker's getting juggled around, but he's still got a little bit of HP ready to go. Flashing out. Gumayusi in danger. Dawning Shadow! And the sun sets on Gumayusi as Faker is is running towards the other side of the map. He's got backup nearby, but Gen.G are on the hunt. Can they find anything else? Will they overextend? No, they're going straight after the Otacon instead. Doran, Owner, and Keria all nearby. Faker still with a grand entrance to try to join up if he wants to, but it's all 5 from Gen.G here with the objective.
They don't have Gumayushi here. Oh, that...
Keria, he wanted to find the Keeper's verdict to try to make it a fair fight, to try to give T1 a chance, but they won't get it. A nice flash to dodge that potential ulti as now Doran gets found out. Keen doesn't hit him with an estimating smash. Duro still walking over here on the Nautilus. The ulti's not available, but Vise is immediately into the dredge line to follow. Doran's gonna hex tech ultimatum, but the only ultimatum is you're getting out of here. Rise items fully stacked.
And Ruler 80+ stacks, and they have the sustain here, so they're feeling confident to start this Baron.
And Owner is exactly the target they want. The T1 jungler dead before he can blink his eyes, and Gen.G make their way to Baron.
Keen just choo-chooed straight into Owner. There was no way for him to escape. And with the jungler gone, this becomes a very challenging steal.
Okay. Keria doesn't have Smite right now. I'm looking at the scoreboard. The Baron's down to 2,000. Gen.G backing away from it. Keria with the Smite ready to go. Yes, Smite going over the wall, but it's still going to be claimed by Canyon. T1 will lose their support. We'll lose the Baron. We'll lose Gumayushi. We'll lose control in game 2. 6,000 gold lead, Gen.G.
Keria tried to go for the steal for the Heroics. T1 know this game is quickly slipping away from them, but Canyon outsmites him, is able to grab it and secure that.
And again, another kill on Doran after the fact. This Camille picked late in the draft. This Camille, so important for the comp. 2 and 6. There's not a single man on Gen.G who's not ahead of his counterpart. Game number 2, they're in total control.
I mean, Ruler's closing in at 100 stacks here. This is ridiculous. Like, there's stasis and everything. Owner's finally going to be spotted now, and they could just look to try to pincer him. Chovy's not afraid at all.
Yeah, Owner did a great job playing around the fog there for a little bit, but once Spy targets you with the ulti, the clone can't save you. Chovy on a rampage. T1 jungler dead for 45, and the Dragon's alive. Ocean Soul for Gen.G.
An easy pick for Gen.G. A slippery play from Owner. But it's the MasterCard priceless moment. Dragon Soul secured. Keen with the dive.
Immediately engages on Doran, and Chovy's ready to follow. Doran is sent to Rune Prison, and Chovy is the warden. Gen.G keeping the push going. Owner still dead for another 15. Doran dead for more than 30 seconds. A Baroned up Gen.G making their way into the T1 base with a 10,000 gold lead. With a Dragon Soul, they've got their sights set on the Nexus itself. Gen.G continue pushing forward as Keria tries to dive after Chovy. Keeper's verdict ejects the rise, but the Dawning Shadow reinforces Gen.G health bars. The first Nexus turret still stands as Guma tries to get some damage back, but Keen is simply too tanky. T1 finally have their jungler back alive, and with Doran about to respawn, they're thinking about trying to find something here on Gen.G, but they're so strong, they're so tanky, they've got so much regen, but T1 still thinks they've got to try something here. Doran goes in. He wants to go over the wall and find Chovy. He does, but Keen prevents any backup from arriving. Faker with a grand entrance, but it's only for his own exit. Doran is already down. Faker's about to follow as Keen is not even dented. Still damage from Owner, but nothing worth mentioning. A double for Gen.G. It's only Keria left, and he won't last long. One last shot from Ruler rules out any chance of a T1 stall, and Gen.G march it into the base.
Exceptional protection as T1 desperately tried to find something back, but it was not enough.
Nexus turrets are just a formality at this point. Gen.G with the tanky comp strikes back in game 2.
People don't traditionally think of it as working with a dive comp, but it enables it because of the ultimate, because of the speed up, and you can kind of ricochet through the front line to act as the back line here. A lot of really iconic picks, though, coming through for a lot of the players.
I feel like the big point of contention is going to be this bot lane 2 versus 2.
Absolutely. All right.
300 HP on both of our AD carries as the auto attacks keep flying back and forth. The junglers both collecting their second buffs, but it is Gumayusi and Keria getting the better trade. Flash from Duro, but he's still caught. First blood, 2v2, Keria and Guma.
Today.
And I expect these two mid laners to meet many times more in the future. For now, though, it's T1 with the lead. They will secure the first dragon of the game. We will see Canyon in a position... No, he's just going to drop a ward and realizes that there is no fight here. Chovy has to go back to base. Duro's got to be careful.
Yeah, Duro caught with a handshake there, but a nice shattering strike ready to respond. Canyon.
AD carry top for T1, which means that T1 will have better positioning, but Duro and Chovy cutting off the route for Keria, who just ticked over to level 6. That could very well be the level difference.
Okay, keep your eyes on the engage going in immediately. Doran trying to use the Ornhorn, but it only finds its way on a Canyon. Now they got to try to continue to look for a little bit more engage. The lights go out, but enough ready for Gen.G as they tried to fight back. Canyon with the flashback over the wall as Ruler fires out with a ricochet. Doran trying to get his way out as the Shurima shuffle defends T1. Gen.G take control of the topside river. There's no kills, there's no bodies, but Gen.G no longer deal with resistance. T1 forced all the way out as Gumayusi lets the feathers fly, but nobody on Gen.G is under threat. Critically, T1 and Owner secured the first grub. It won't be all three for Gen.G, but they control the top side of the pit.
Yeah, Gen.G going to be able to walk away with 2 of those grubs, so they will get credit for the objective take.
But that first completed item does go over to Keen with Leandry's now done. Teleport available for Keen, but he's also already here. T1 are starting up the objective. Gen.G are coming down to try to do something about it. Equalizer drop, but it only finds Owner. Magnet Storm, again, only on Owner. Here comes the Ornhorn as T1 are firing back. 1 for 1 here at the very start as Doran and Gumayusi have to fall back. Tibbers the front line for Gen.G. Faker goes in, but he doesn't have the range for the shuffle. Now Tibbers still tanking it up. Beautiful blade caller. Gen.G trying to get away now as Ruler's down to 200. Guma down to 200. Chovy nearly kills him, but it's still just the 1 for 1.
You know, very kind of close game right now, but I think that favors T1 because it's going very slowly.
Okay, Gen.G have control over the topside river. Rift Herald, the target. Teleport coming in from T1.
Here we go.
Herald's already down to about 4,000. T1 got to be ready to turn out the lights here soon, but the Magnet Storm already crashes down from Duro. Equalizer over the top and a ton of damage back to the Gen.G support. Backline of Gen.G under a little bit of pressure as Ruler's first to die. Owner going in looking for Chovy here too. Canyon shoveled away as Chovy has to run. T1 domination. Another kill about to come through as Doran follows Keen, and not a single man on T1 has fallen. The recall from Chovy trying to get away. The handshake denies it. Chovy on the run with the blast cone, but he's not going far. Owner ready here with a spell shield. Needs a little bit more. A double kill to Keria. A 7-1 game for T1.
It is a great engage from Duro, but it is a better answer from Keria. The hostile takeover hit all 5 members of Gen.G.
But he actually only connected his ultimate onto Doran. So the fact that he flashed forward then meant the response from Doran, he could CC Chovy, knock him into the air, and he's removed from the fight in an instant.
See, I told you it was Gliss's fault. Renata's innocent.
That might be the case here because T1 is looking good in game 3. A 3,000 gold lead. The additional reward after the fight. They claim soul point as well. We are only 17.5 minutes into the game, and Gen.G now have the responsibility of trying to defend every Drake hereafter.
Onto Gen.G knowing this.
And the Tibbers is not even alive anymore. It can't even just do the random AoE damage from the burn. So now Gen.G, they're starting up the Otacon, but with no Chovy ulti, it could be very risky. T1, they don't have Faker here. He doesn't have a teleport. Gen.G are trying to force the issue before the T1 mid laner arrives. They've got the Otacon down to 3,000. Canyon's about to die. He stays alive with a nice crescent guard as it's stolen away by Owner. T1 find exactly what they need, and Owner with the clutch steal tops it off with a double kill. Gen.G just completely lost everything.
In the face of Owner, Gen.G will get nothing. They lose 2. They lose the Otacon. and you can feel the momentum riding as T1 dominate here in Game 3.
T1 have just been so deadly around these objectives here, pushing forward to try to get even more off the back of that. This is going to be an over 5,000 gold lead now. So I want to see that replay one more time, because to me, Owner was huge, but Guma just as important.
T1 have pushed that one all the way to the tower. Gen.G is feeling the pressure across the map. Duro desperately trying to find a flank.
Duro wants the flank, but Carry has marked him. Look at Canyon, he's over the wall here. He has the flash on the Xinjiao. Equalizer already used. Magnet Storm over the top, but it doesn't find a lot. Hostile takeover, roaring through the river. Gumayushi's already killed Duro. 3 dead on Gen.G. T1 are ruthless. Owner is unstoppable.
Extend the gold lead even further, and it feels like T1 are about to send us to match point.
The team fighting in this series has been nothing short of incredible. Ruler looking to get a bit of revenge.
Yeah, flashing after Carrier to get this kill. One more auto attack is what he needs. Shut down on the enemy support. Carrier 2-0-10 before that. But the cost is still the Mountain Soul for T1. All right, Gen.G. They got to make something crazy happen. Chovy looking for an opportunity as T1 try to back away. Owner's going to turn out the lights. Chovy's been found waiting in the brushes as the hostile takeover with the Doran ulti combine to instantly execute Gen.G. T1 with a quadra kill for Gumayushi.
He wants the penta.
Gen.G thought they had a plan, and T1 deny it.
Exquisite execution from T1 as they dismantle Chovy's attempt for a flank. No room is given as Carrier's ultimate sends them to their grave. The Baron will be secured, and T1 is dominating in Game 3.
This game is mandatory VOD review for every other Renata Glask at the tournament.
That is why this guy has won as much as he has. Faker now in trouble.
Yeah, Faker's been caught out, tries to use Emperor's Divide to make himself enough space for his team to show up, and yes, he does. Now Owner enters into the paranoia. His target is Keen. Carrier ready to follow up here, goes for the handshake, finds the enemy top laner. Faker's on a killing spree, and Ruler tries to run. Owner's in hot pursuit, and the Fear Tether doesn't have the range to proc just yet. Ruler's the target, Gumayushi's the killer, and Faker cashes in. A double kill for the Azir as T1 break into the base.
There is a cost for attacking the Emperor himself, and Gen.G have been forced to pay it. The Nexus is in their eyes.
T1 with a 5v3. First Nexus turret the target. Hostile takeover zones Gen.G away. T1 19-2. 13,000 gold ahead. All they need is a minion wave. They've got it here at the Nexus. Duro's next to die, and Chovy's Annie is about to follow. T1 in the strongest performance thus far are at match point.
As that final game yesterday when we went to 5 here against AL, that got them across the finish line. This is the tried and true for them. Guma and Faker on hyper carries, 3 tanks around them to keep them safe.
Here early on, not as much as we saw in the previous game, but Canyon thinking about getting involved here in the mid lane. 2 immobile control mages. Faker's got to try to run. The flash chomp from Canyon. Power Siphon sets it up. Canyon knocks it down. Gen.G with first blood. Mid lane, the trades back and forth. And with Chovy using the Void Storm, the Arcane Storm, to just get a little bit of extra tempo over Faker here. Make sure he's keeping that pressure up.
Was being threatened by Carrier, the knockup that comes through from the Tahm Kench, and ultimately this builds up towards T1 being in a position to secure these grubs. There's no HP available to Canyon. It's a difficult fight, but maybe Keen feels confident. No, he's going to back away. These grubs will be conceded as T1 secures their first objective of the game.
Nicely done there for T1. Getting the near kill on the jungler feels bad in the moment, but it feels good enough to get the objective as Owner's making his way into the top side. Ishtal's impact slams Keen into the wall, and Doran with some footwork secures the kill and gets right back out.
Now with the dragon spawning in 30 seconds, You have to imagine that both teams will set their sights on it. Canyon hovering around top once more. It does make sense to try and funnel some resources into Keen. Can they really pull this off?
The all-out is ready to go again. Doran outplaying it last time around, and he's ready to go again. All out. Keenan in a little bit of danger, but Canyon looking to burst him down in time. Doran drops, and Keen stays alive. Owner and Faker wanted to show up.
Double TP spent up towards that top side, but they do get a kill for Gen.G.
Gumayusi, though, going to be securing all these plates in the bottom lane. He gets 2 for himself. That's going to be 3 shared alongside Carrier. They realize that Ruler is alone in bot lane because of that TP you were talking about, Azael. And so immediately they look to put the pressure on. Topside, Gen.G trying to cross map. Keen trying to hold this wave.
Yeah, Keen really doesn't want to give away the first turret this early, especially when his team's looking to put the damage into the top side. Tier 1, Keen holding on, but the final rocket finds the target. T1 now trying to get a kill onto Keen. Carrier gobbles him up. Gumayusi shoots him down. T1 tie up the kills.
Your meal is served, Carrier and Owner. Serving up Keen on a silver platter to the Jinx, getting him the first kill of the game. He got paid with the plates, he got paid from the tower kill, and now gets a kill on the top laner to boot, opening up an 800 gold lead here for the Jinx to equal that of Chovy's in the mid lane.
That's the biggest thing. Gumayusi is being accelerated. The feats of warfare, a single kill could determine it alongside the next objective for T1.
On his own, T1 still looking for control over the mid wave. They'll push it up slightly faster, but Ruler can easily clear the minion right after. Carrier jumps in on an abyssal dive, and Gen.G's ready to fire back. Carrier in danger, trying to pop the thick skin. Stays alive for now, but Ruler jumps in. Feat of Warfare going to be claimed by Gen.G, and T1 picked the wrong moment. Gen.G were ready to absorb the engage. They'll take the kill, they'll take the feat, and they'll take themselves the Herald.
Duro so quick to re-engage off of Carrier trying to make a play on the map. Duro takes a chunk of damage. T1 trying to contest his tower.
Spiraling despair on Ruler. He's got to flash away to stay alive. Keen putting a little bit of pressure onto Doran now as Chovy makes his way back into the fight here too. Gumayusi low on health, low on mana. Doran, footwork over the wall, barely stays alive.
Power down, but T1 still staying around, seeing if there's any possibility to at least stop the Herald from charging again, and they should be able to accomplish that.
Yeah, no worries about that. Faker can kill it as it tries to rear up and get another charge. No dice, but Gen.G, beautifully played sequence there. Our first to the scene here with a Drake, and it looks like Gen.G might just give it away. They're gonna focus on the tier 2 in the top lane instead. They wanna build the gold lead that will now balloon to over 2,500. It will be the feats claimed by the side of T1. The Infernal Drake is theirs, 2-1 on the Drake count once he gets all of those. And especially considering the last game, the 0 kills, 0 assists. Chovy's having a great time here now. A little more damage is all they need on Doran, but Carrier gets him out alive. You can't say the same thing for the turret as Gen.G take another objective. It's 4 turrets to 1.
They are an Owner there. Kind of uncharacteristic mistake. He has been so steady, so stalwart. T1 should be able to grab this tower in the mid lane, but you know, even if the extra members weren't there from Gen.G, you spend the ulti on Ruler.
T1 still playing cautiously here as their mid laner is over in the mid lane. Duro looking to make a move onto Faker. He finds the grand entrance with a quickness, and Ruler puts bullets through Faker's heart. Gen.G with a kill on the enemy mid laner now has control.
Duro has been fishing for so many picks, and he finally finds one onto the mid laner of T1. Faker is caught. Gen.G have the numbers advantage, and they're looking to take everything from T1's jungle.
They're going to start by stealing away the red buff. They're going to continue by putting down vision control. They are going to pressure in a 5v4 situation. A TP about to show up as the gravity well welcomes Doran to the battlefield. Duro stunned up into the wall. Grand exit right back over. Doran goes all out. Ton of damage on the Keen. He's going to get killed. Ruler ready to get excited. Ton of damage on the T1, and they're all getting evaporated. T1 are washed from the rift, and Gen.G crashed down like a tidal wave.
Gen.G wiped T1 off the map, and it's starting to smell like silver.
This is a must fight on the side of Gen.G, but I don't think they're going to shy away from anything, Betty. As you said, Otacon's a great time to fight. I think Dragon's a great time to fight. T1 in the enemy jungle, recognizing, hey, Gen.G wants the Drake. They'll try to get something on the other side of the map, claim the tier 1 turret, but they won't get a chance. Chovy's already there. Canyon will take the Drake. Super Mega Death Rocket, just a little bit too late. T1 have 3 kills. All 3 kills are on to Keen. No one else on Gen.G has died yet this game. Owner loses half of his HP instantly from a grand entrance and a few Zeri autos. Keen, the only man that's died on Gen.G, is still ahead, nearly 2,000 gold over his counterpart. Gen.G will start the objective. T1 are gonna see it there with the severing bolt over the wall. They're gonna scramble to try to get into range, but immediately Faker is already targeted Duro with a beautiful start to the fight. Nobody on T1 dead yet. As
Owner
over the wall, looking to try to engage. Super Mega Death Rocket finds a target. Ruler's still alive, but Doran's going after him. The Baron down to 2,000. Jovi's already on a rampage as Guma dies. T1 die. Gen.G hold the smoking gun, and they're marching down mid lane with Baron.
A phenomenal team fight for Gen.G as they weather the pressure of T1. They set their sights on the Nexus, and they're looking to bring us to Game 5.
Faker is alive, but he stands alone. Gen.G with a 5-man push. They dive Faker, they ace T1, and they guarantee us one final game. Gen.G tie up the series. We're going to Game 5.
Keria was one of his idols while he was attempting to make his way through the challenger scene in Korea. Upon being part of the LCK and having to face Keria, he realized the gap that existed between them. But here he is today.
Trying to be farming this plate. They almost have knocked down their first plate already, and Owner's showing up on top side.
Owner wants Keen. Doran's waiting for the flash follow. Ruthless Predator, Spectral Maw, T1. First blood.
And it goes to Owner.
We're seeing this game flash away from Keria there with pressure from Duro and Canyon. This is the time here in the match. If there's ever a time to stand up, that's the time to do it. T1, though, might just get dove. Make it rain, putting the pressure on. Gumayushi with a flash away. Between worlds goes Chovy, and Keria goes down. Guma goes with them. A double kill for Ruler.
Gen.G pull off the perfect dive there, juggling the aggro flawlessly. Keria and Guma get nothing back here. They do get a dragon on the bot side thanks to Owner, but what a big play for Gen.G to be able to pull off.
Run out of control in this early game if she's just allowed to free farm. Nice interrupt there from Faker onto Keen.
And I think Owner really was hoping that they were going to get more than just the defense, that they were going to get a fight, be able to actually collapse and force and maybe get a kill. Because that was a lot of time spent just to get that red. They're looking for Canyon.
Beautiful engage from Owner. Spectral Maw on Canyon. The Nidalee, no way out. A heartbreaker from Owner is a heartbreaker for Gen.G fans.
Keria did a really good job of threatening Canyon, who was trying to clear out a ward. That meant that he pushed Canyon more to the left of the river, allowing for Owner to set up for that pick. Flash commits the stun, sets up for the kill, and as you rightly said, it's Owner that gets 2.
Duro, he wanted to try, I respect the effort, but Owner's got it on lock. All 3 grubs for T1. Shot as soon as he lands, and T1 back off.
Yeah, Faker tried to flash in and find the charm, could not connect on it. And as a result, they kind of got exposed there. Chovy just throws down the ulti for that slow as they're retreating, and Ruler pushes them back with his ulti. Does earn them this dragon here. Gen.G don't get a kill, but do grab their first objective.
Misses. Doran looking off to the side, but he's already been chunked. T1 bringing in the TP as Gen.G go after the Herald. It is claimed and secured by Canyon. Keen trying to get away from the Karma Root as Doran goes over the wall. Flash Ruthless Predator. Doran is low. Bullet time gets him. Gumayushi barely staying alive, but it's 2 kills back the other way. Chovy stepping up. Doran and Owner down, traded for Keen.
He's finding ulti after ulti as the flash in here from Doran. But Ruler just steps back and finds a massive bullet time channeled across everyone. Guma has to bury, he has to flash out.
Duro again going fishing with the bone skewers. Keen lands the Infernal Chains onto Keria, but the Karma's plenty fast enough to step away. Chovy going between worlds. Keria the target here at the very start, as now Doran's going to be burst down very quickly. Q3 won't kill him, and Gen.G don't get their man just yet. Doran's still getting away as Chovy gets enough damage, and Keen gets the kill. Gen.G execute, and Doran falls.
Faker is doing what he can on the other side of the map. He secures the tower, he continues to push in the wave, but Gen.G will not slow down. Duro is fishing for a hook, he will be spotted, but they find themselves a pick. They set their sights on the tower, and Gen.G is quickly taking control of this game.
And T1 just really weren't in position to take that fight. Owner was looking for a potential flank there, but everyone from Gen.G showed up. Faker's in bot lane doesn't have his teleport, so it's then a very difficult start to the fight because it's essentially a 5v3 for Gen.G.
Carry to watch, and he's the man that T1 needs to shut down.
Drake shouldn't be truly contested here. Doran's hanging around. Renekton can't do anything over the wall, and Canyon and Gen.G claim the next Drake. I think that they're overloading down here in the bot side. Let's go into the top side
Chovy
instead.
has no TP. It's not up yet.
T1 are going after the Otacon. It's already down to half HP. Duro and Ruler stepping up. Doran taking a little bit of damage as the bullet time flies out. Doran, 1/3 HP. It buys enough time for Gen.G to try to revive. Kanan has made his way into the objective. Looking to smite it down. Canyon's niddly. Gets the Otacon. Gomayushi caught between worlds. And Gen.G take him straight to hell. Keen, wings spread wide, looks for more. Canyon misses the spear. Keen hits the Q2, needs a little bit more damage, trying to find it. Chovy forces a flash. He has his Infinity Edge on the Caitlyn. Gen.G already with the objective, down to 5,000. Faker and Doran over the backside of the pit looking for their entry here into the fight. The Drake down to 3K. Chovy going between worlds. T1 forced away. Drake claimed by Ruler. Now Owner and Faker here with a very start. Reset for Owner. He's low, but he ain't dead yet. Keen goes in for the killing spree. Stunned up by Doran, but Ruler is still ready to fire. Doran wants to slice and dice, but it's a double kill to Keen. Chovy still chasing. Faker only tagged with a twofold hex.
The play, and it's Canyon that does get targeted. Faker finds an incredible angle, but the response from Gen.G is simply to fight back.
To deal with.
Big chunk there onto Keria with the spear. Now Gen.G's got to be a little bit careful. Owner goes in for the Spectral Maul, but Duro dashing back away. TP coming in as Gen.G immediately trying to go after Doran. A lot of damage back onto him with the bullet time over the top, but they ain't going to find a kill here just yet. Chovy looking to get away. Keen unstoppable. Nobody on Gen.G is down. Keen with a double kill. And Gen.G are so much better in the team fights.
Their efforts are not enough. T1 cannot find a single member, and with the Baron available, Gen.G will secure it. Now T1 being shepherded by Duro, they look to secure a tower. They're trying their best to escape. Duro will let them free as the Baron is secured.
And here in this game, 6-2-1. He's feeling great on the Aatrox. Turret destroyed. Down there in the bottom lane. A Baroned up Gen.G. 8,000 gold ahead. Duro with a bone skewer onto Faker. It's not a kill.
And no one is going to be able to answer the top lane. Doran was trying to push out that bot lane wave to be able to answer there.
And in mid, 1-0-9 the scoreline, 100% kill participation.
Soul's
and Ruler will waste no time securing this dragon.
T1 are in a desperate spot. They needed to chase after Keen because they've got to find any opportunity they can, but the cost is the inability to fight for the Dragon Soul. It is Mountain Soul claimed by Gen.G.
And now I think the only hope for T1 is you try to buy time until an Elder spawn and you pray that you can somehow get over there and steal it, but Gen.G I don't think are going to give you that time. You can see these luxury items starting to come through as well. The Zonia's is done for Canyon. A QSS purchased by Keen, as well as the Warden's Mail. He knows, I don't need more damage. I just need to not get one shot, and we will win this game.
Faker chunked down to half. Duro and Keen
off of this Baron. They're going to start it up and force T1's hand.
Gen.G daring T1 to answer them at the Baron. Chovy and Duro are the ones in position to try to interrupt. Faker goes in for the flash charm, but he won't find it. Owner looking for a chance to steal with the bullet time, immediately forcing him all the way away. He tries to survive, but Canyon will bury him in the river. Gen.G, Baron +1.
Faker tries his best to find a play onto Chovy, but he will not allow it. Chovy holds the line, Owner falls, and with the Baron, Gen.G's last push as they set their sights on the title of MSI.
Gen.G with the push in the top and mid lane simultaneously. Doran and the rest of T1 trying to defend. It is still 20 seconds until Owner is back alive. The Baron minions have made their way to the Nexus turrets. The first already half dead as Gen.G changed their attention over to the mid lane tier 3.
The pressure is unrelenting. The wave clear just isn't there for T1. Now 2 inhibitors fall. It's simply a matter of time.
Owner is back alive. The last stand of T1. Doran slices forward, but it won't matter. The first Nexus turret is already about to die. T1 struggling to defend. Duro with a bone skewer. T1 backing away. Gen.G with a massive advantage already in the health bars as Guma's chunked to half. Chovy goes between worlds. Guma goes down. Keria goes down. Gen.G, they did not falter on the road to MSI. They didn't fail here in Vancouver for 23 series. They have chased perfection, and now they found it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.